Hello, Adrian here. So we've made our sort of garish pink, and at the moment it's sort of serving a purpose of being an illustrative color, but there's some things that are a bit weird that happen with it. And one of the things that happens within Unreal and just happens within renderers generally is that there's as Matt would have covered, there's such things as normals, which affect which direction is renderable. And so if I drag a material on this ground, for instance, ow, that hurts my eyes, but you can see a bit of pink. You'll also notice that because it's reflective, you can see that there's a very slight reflection of the house in here. So be aware of that reflection does actually work in space. So that's kind of cool that we do get real-time reflection. But if I bump under this, we'll see that the floor is invisible because there's only one surface, and that surface is pointing up. So when we're beneath it, it doesn't exist now. And so even though usually you don't want to be seeing below the ground, we might want to. So to fix this, we can open up our material. And it's a very simple checkbox. Is under our material, we can just click on two-sided. Two-sided is more more computationally intensive, so it'll slow down your rendering speed because it has to render both sides. But if I apply that now and switch back, you should be able to see, it's taking a bit of time because making new materials does actually take time, and you'll see the shaders are compiling up here, which is it's now generating those. And if I jump under here, you'll see we now have a floor, or a ceiling now. So that's now double-sided, so it considers both. Oh, that's a bit weird. That makes me feel sick. So we now have both sides sort of being visible, which is useful if you have paper-thin geometry. Usually you don't want to have paper-thin geometry, but for instance, when you have sheets of glass, sometimes you have to have it be paper-thin. And we'll be covering how to make sheets of glass in the next video. So see you then.
This project was supported by a UTS Widening Participation Strategy, First Year Experience Grant, funded through the Australian Government Higher Education Participation and Partnership Program. The videos were produced by Matthew Austin and Adrian Taylor.